this month.
Hey guys!
Hey everyone, and welcome to K-Brand Live. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Danny.
It's actually our first time.
First time, yeah, being on live.
This is very exciting here, and hey everyone who's tuning in as well. But I'm really excited to be doing this with you today.
Me too, and I'm excited to introduce something great today.
I know, we've got some pretty cool stuff today. We're not doing any skincare or beauty.
No.
Today we're gonna be looking at some tasty little flavors here.
It's called Green Plum Tea, number 6. And I think most of you are probably not used to like what this is.
Yeah, I would say for me personally, I didn't grow up with this type of extract or syrup or concentrate that we might know it as. I'm more familiar with perhaps like vanilla or even lemon extract was really common, but plum, especially green plums, that's the first time I've ever heard of it here. So I'm so excited.
It's something for us Koreans, we're very used to it. Like I think every house has a bottle of it in the fridge. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would say this was my first time trying it today, you guys.
Oh yeah. You tried it for the first time earlier.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm so excited to share it with you all. And we have 2 different things today that we're going to be introducing. We have our Green Plum Tea number 6 with the regular flavor. And then we also have the Green Plum Tea number 6 here, but with premium. Oh, very excited.
Both from a brand called Jeollanam-do, which is actually a certain area in Korea. And where is it? You know where it is?
I actually have been to this area here quite a bit. But for anyone who's not familiar, it's kind of, I'd say, the southwest-ish area of Korea. But this is also the name, as you said, of our brand, which it makes sense because this is where they focus on growing those beautiful green plums and getting that rich flavor out of them as well. So I'm so excited to introduce to you, and today we're going to be sharing 3 different ways that you can use it.
3 for now, yes.
Yes, there are plenty more, but today we figured we'd show you a couple different versions of ways you can use this extract.
So before we, talk more about the product, let's just show everyone what it is. So this is a regular one.
Yep.
And this is a premium one.
Yeah, and so you can see here, judging from the bottle itself, first of all, you're going to get a great size here. This one has about 500 milliliters in it, or for our United States friends, about 17 ounces.
Oh, I don't know ounces very well.
But what's great is you can see exactly what's different about them, the colors.
The color.
And so I feel like, for people who aren't familiar, we're usually used to plums as being really dark purple. Yeah, kind of brownish, like purpley color. But green plums here are actually going to be different on the outside. They turn a little yellow.
They turn yellow
when
it's ripe.
But the color that you get from the extract here depends on how long it's been kind of aging.
And how concentrated it is. And actually the green plums, they come from a tree called Maesil tree. So they're actually a bit different from the plums you guys are kind of used to. But I think they have a similar flavor. For me, it does feel like a similar flavor.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like when I got to taste these here, you could really taste that kind of sweetness that you get from the plums, that very kind of rich flavor. But also there was sort of a tangy tartness to it as well. So it was a really great sweet and sour kind of combination that you got out of it. But yeah, we have our 2 bottles here. This one, as I said, has been aged for about 2 years. And it contains only 2 products in it, plum juice as well as fructo-oligosaccharides.
Fructo-oligosaccharides. I am having a hard time saying this. And the Green Plum Tea No. 6 Premium is a bit different. It's aged for 3 years, and it has plum juice and plum concentrate and fructo-oligosaccharide and also refined sugar. So this one would be a bit more rich in flavor and taste. And as you can see from the color, like
we actually have some here where you can see out front.
Let me just bring that
Thank
here.
you. These here are the 2 colors that you've got. So we have the premium one here, you can see is a little bit darker in color. I don't know if you guys can see there. There we go. It's a little bit darker in that richer, more concentrated flavor. Also, I'd say, in terms of scent, it's pretty strong too.
It's really strong.
Yeah, this is a much more kind of high impact flavor that you're going to get for your use out of it. But you know, sometimes people don't really want that intense flavor.
You might want something daily, like something mild. Then you can go for the regular one.
Exactly. And this one is kind of more of an orangier kind of amber color. And this one as well, I'd say, in terms of scent, you still get that nice punch of tartness with the sweetness as well.
But not as much.
Yeah.
Not as much.
It'll be a little bit lighter for whatever your usages are of that. So we've got 2 options here for you guys today. The Green Plum Tea Regular and then also the Green Plum Tea Premium as well.
So should we try some?
I want to try some. I am so cold. I want some tea.
The first way you can drink it is you can make a tea, like hot, because it's really cold these days, and it'll be nice to have a warm and sweet and sour tea.
Absolutely.
Also, that's very traditional.
Definitely. And so what the Cholanamdo brand recommends for you all is to take about 3 tablespoons of the whichever one you choose. We're going to choose for our tea today, I think the regular would be a nice way to start off. And mix that with about a cup of hot water and make sure that you just stir it around to make sure that all of that dissolves nicely and you're not getting a large pocket of syrup on the bottom there.
Because I mean, you can take it like just like straight without mixing any water, but it will be really strong.
Yeah.
Because they're very concentrated.
Exactly. So
we'll
we've
go
got
for
that
this.
one. And like we said, about 3 tablespoons is good, but you don't have to. Perhaps you want it a little lighter. You can always put it for whatever your tastes are.
How many tablespoons do you want?
Make it the way you would make it at home for me. I would, that would be my preference. Ooh.
I would actually like to make it a bit
stronger? Yes. This one, I don't know if you guys can see in here. I should probably drink some off the top, but it's that nice kind of brown color for the tea. Ooh.
I think you need to give it a little stir.
Yeah, that smell too. You can really smell
we prepared some snacks to go with.
We got snacks. Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you guys.
This is just a nice kind of tea time with Danny and Kay.
Yeah.
Very exciting. But here, do you have a spoon?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just stir it around. Make sure it's all nice and mixed. How's it?
I made it a bit strong. But it's still good. It tastes really good. I don't know how to explain. It's a bit sour, but sweet.
Yeah.
But not too much.
I'd say the first thing that hits me when I drink it is that sweet flavor. That plum really comes through. But what's nice is that as it kind of settles in your mouth, you get that tangy little bursts in your mouth there. It's very nice and bright. But the fact that it's mixed with water makes it a much more lighter flavor, I'd say. It's easier to kind of just sit here and picture yourself at home with a book, cuddled up with a nice cup of hot,
Like for me, I'm more used to this than having like honey tea.
Really?
Yeah. Like when do you have honey tea?
I
in the
normally do
States?
it, I'd say honey tea for me has 2 times that I do it. Either just in winter because it's cold, and I always drink tea, or when I'm sick, especially when I need something for my throat to soothe it. Honey tea has always been a really kind of common thing that you can use.
For me, I'm more used to like having the green tea. No, I mean the green plum tea.
Green plum tea. Green plum tea. I knew what you meant.
And, especially when I have problems with digestion, because green plum is really good for digestion.
That's true.
And also, like if I have a stomach ache, like
kind of helps with all that. Yeah.
It kind of helps with all that, and that's why I'm more used to this. And whenever I'm sick, my mom would make this.
You know, I feel like for our friends who are from the States or abroad, they might be familiar less with plum juice and more with prune juice. Yeah, because prunes are pretty much just dried plums. But we also use prune juices for the same reason, that kind of, it's filled with probiotics and fiber and vitamins. And so it's really good for that indigestion, that, or, you know, just your digestive tract as a whole. But there's a whole bunch of other great benefits for it as well.
Because they have citric acid, which works as they break down lactic acid. So it actually relieves fatigue.
That's something you guys...
When you're tired, this is all you need, like a hot green plum tea.
Oh, green plum tea. I love it.
Because I didn't know that it was called like green plum tea. For me, like I think I called it like a syrup.
Yeah.
It's more like a syrup.
Definitely. I would say if you guys get this, don't expect it to be like a tea. Yeah, this is more of what we would consider a concentrate. Yeah, these are great concentrates, so it just packs that punch. But I would also say something that I really like about the green plum tea here that we have is the detoxifying effect it has as well. It's just chock full of antioxidants. And so for me, that's really good to just kind of clear your system of any toxins that might be left.
Yeah, like so, like actually, during the summer, like in winter you can have it warm, but during the summer, like there's a lot of food poisoning, and you might have like stomach problems. It's really good to like, you know, detoxify and
clear your system. But I know the one thing that I didn't know about this, but when I found out, the main thing I was excited was the anti-aging. Oh my gosh.
Aging.
Anti-aging properties here. I'm always looking for something to keep me looking healthier and kind of my skin a little brighter, and just that vitality is very important. And again, green plum tea also has a really good effect for that.
This might be the secret behind, you know, the Korean skincare. Like, it's not just about what you put on your face, it's also about what you drink and eat. And I think this might be like, you know, it could
a good
have an
help.
influence.
Yeah, I would say that if you guys want to look like Danny, there you go.
Okay, don't close up. No close-ups. Because I had ramen last night, so I'm like really puffy. But anyway.
Yeah, these are some great things that you guys can get, and just, I can't emphasize enough the great scent that comes out of here, that kind of fragrance it's from it. It's very light, it's not overpowering, and then the taste itself is just so kind of refreshing. I really could see myself drinking this on a nice cold winter day. So definitely be sure to consider this here.
And you know who else needs this? People with constipation.
Yes. Anyone struggling with that?
It's amazing for constipation. It's gonna like cure it like right away. Like,
because you guys know, as we said, prune juice is very common here, but I feel like for me, the prune juice that I grew up with in the States was a little bit more watery in terms of flavor, and so I didn't really enjoy drinking it. This one, however, it's just that simple 2 flavors, the plum juice and the fracto-oligosaccharides, got it, and then water. And so you really get just that nice, rich plum flavor coming out of it. It's much more palatable.
And you can actually use it for not just as a juice or a tea. Like you can actually use it for different things. Like I use it a lot for cooking. because it works as a natural sweetener. Well, it has sweetener inside.
That makes sense.
It works as a natural sweetener. So when I marinate meat or when I'm cooking, when I just want to add that sweetness, but also bring out the flavor,
yeah,
I use it a lot.
Oh, I could imagine this in like a nice reduction sauce or a vinaigrette that you could put on something. Actually, we have a couple more ways that we're going to be showing this here. So we've shown you guys you can make it hot here.
I'm just going to leave this down here.
That sounds good, probably the safest. But we also have, for those of you who might want to use this throughout the year and bring it into the summer months, we have ice options too.
This is actually my favorite way to drink it.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like this would be the most refreshing kind of way to drink it.
Because I don't like soft drinks. I don't like Coke or like things like that. So I always drink sparkling water. But sometimes it's a bit, dull just to drink the sparkling water. So you can actually make it into a drink. Wait.
There we go. Want to make sure it doesn't explode out of there. And for this one, we're going to be using our premium one. Now, remember the premium has been aged for about 3 years. So it packs a little bit more of that flavorful punch. Is that the noise coming out of the bottle?
Yeah, now it's okay.
I heard this whiny little noise coming out, but basically it's going to have a little bit more depth of flavor coming out of here. So
Maybe
it'll go well with
this. I'll just pour this one first.
Yeah.
How much should I put in?
I'd say they said about 3 tablespoons, but maybe since it's premium, a little less.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good.
I'll just make it a bit more stronger.
We'll we're gonna have a very nice and strong one. But I feel like because this one's the premium, it's gonna really balance nicely with that kind of carbonated flavor in it. Thank you.
Do we have something to stir?
We have these right here.
I feel like once these green plum extracts go make a hit in the US.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of places selling these as a drink.
Because you said in Korea, most households have this. It's super common. But like I said, I never saw green plums kind of being used in any sort of cooking. Really, I only knew prunes just for when you have indigestion. But I feel like these days, a lot of people are spending a lot of time at home. They're doing more cooking. Thank you. And they're doing more baking, trying new hobbies. And I feel like this here would be such a great additive to add, instead of sugar, you could put this in for your cooking, like you said, for grilling, or also in baking. I feel like in baking this would be really nice.
That'd be a good idea, actually.
Yeah, can you imagine like a nice tin of muffins or some cookies that have a little more punch in terms of flavor?
I mean, we're used to vanilla and we're used to all these other things, but this is gonna be new.
Yeah. And like you said, this is oftentimes used in place of regular sugar. So you can kind of add this for that little sweetness, but it packs that tart punch too. So I feel like a lot of people would really like this with yogurts or even that frozen yogurt. Just that nice kind of dairy, that kind of tang of the Greek yogurt, but then with the sweetened tartness of this.
I mean, there's so many different ways you can use it.
Yeah.
And it tastes amazing. I actually want to show you guys how amazing it is. And it's healthier than the normal soft drinks.
Yeah, I would agree. And the great thing about this here is also it's not that high in calories. So if you were to use about a quarter cup of the regular, it's about 50 calories. And because this is a little more concentrated, the same amount would be about 70. But we use 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. So
that's nothing. Yeah.
Nothing in there.
It's a healthy drink, and there's so many benefits. It cures indigestion, detoxifies. So it has so many other benefits, and anti-aging, of course.
And it comes from a really nice area in Korea as well. The Jeolla South Province is stunning. It is well known for.
I haven't been there.
Oh my gosh! You guys, I usually go at least once a year, but it is so beautiful in terms of the richness of the soil and just the agriculture you see there, and the weather. Oh my gosh!
They have plenty of rain and sun.
Yeah.
That's why that's why you can see they're really good in smell and taste. And they're also the village that is that this is grown. It's called Maehwa Village, and the tree is called Maehwa. So the
So
village
that's
was
where they-
named after the tree. That's how famous it is.
That makes sense. So, and I feel like you can really see the care that the Jeollanam-do brand puts into it as well. Like I said, they focus on producing natural products. And so these plums that they use here are all organically grown. And they also use no chemical fertilizers,
Yes, yeah.
which is very important when we're wanting to make our products nice and healthy. But yeah, it's a great place to go, and it looks like we're getting some premium product because this is delicious.
It's really
I'm enjoying this.
And just a little info about the green plums, because I think most of you are not used to it. You can't really actually eat it raw because it has natural toxin as a raw if you take it raw. So we usually, make concentration, or we ferment it. So there are different ways to have it, but you can't take it raw.
So that's a little different because I know lots of us, at least I did growing up, we had plum trees all over our yard. They were so common where I grew up just to have a giant plum tree. So we would go out and eat those on, just a regular weekend. But here in Korea, you're saying you pretty much got to make sure it's kind of cooked down or diluted or fermented.
Like aged,
in some way there to kind of take out those toxins. That's always important. Oh, and we have some messages coming in here too from Sin. Hi, Sin.
My mom always has this, as I do as well. It's yummy, very flavorful.
It's so delicious. Having it hot, having it cold, it's pretty much one of those products that you can use in multiple ways because it's good for every season. And who doesn't like a kind of sweet and sour taste to it?
Which is helpful for a
But
lot of things.
It's not just for drinks too. We were talking about how we can use this in food, and we actually prepared today a nice little salad. Yes. Ooh, look at that.
Because I'm on a diet.
And so we have this nice salad here, and the great thing about it is you can just use it as a dressing as well, which
How many people is it for?
There are so many people joining us. I was going to say, our PD's going to have some with us too. Are you guys going to eat? But we have a nice salad here, and all you need to do is, again, drizzle that over the top, and it'll add a nice flavor.
Should we use the regular one?
I think the regular.
Because we're going to use... Actually, what you can do is you can actually mix it with yogurt to make a dressing. You can add like different things, but for today, we're just going to use...
nice and straight like this.
Yeah.
We're going to get the nice impact of flavor there, but I feel like that yogurt dressing would be really good to try someday.
Right?
Yeah, just a nice kind of mix of that.
So I'm just pouring a little. Can I get a close up? Close up, yes. Okay, that was a lot, but
that's okay.
I think it's okay.
And with the cheese that will happen there,
it's gonna be amazing with cheese.
Oh, that looks good. So we've got our premium ice here, and then we have our regular dressing that we put on this one. So let's take a bite.
Let's take a bite.
Okay, I want to
I'm
make
just
sure
gonna take the cheese.
I want some cheese, and I want some of this here. Oh, that looks good. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good. That's really good.
Actually, it's my first time having it with salad.
Well, it
But it's
really
really
works well. It kind of reminds me of those citric dressings that you would often get, or like those citric vinaigrettes. But this one, again, it's just those two ingredients that you're getting in there, so you don't have to worry about too much kind of salts or things like that being mixed in. It's just very simple.
I don't think you need to mix it with anything else. Well, you can have it with yogurt for like a slightly more flavor, but I think it's enough.
Yeah, you guys, this is a perfect balance. It's that kind of crispness of the salad with the tartness and tang of the plums, and then that balance. We had some cheese in there to kind of soften it all. It really wrapped up and was just amazing. Loved it.
That was actually really good.
I'm gonna take another bite of that.
The cheese, it's so good with cheese.
Yeah, I think it's because, as we said, like that yogurt might mix well. I think the cheese also is kind of, that might be good. You know how these days there's all these fruit cheeses that are being made? And then they usually have kind of a syrup that you can, or a honey that they often dip it in. I feel like instead of the honey, this might not be bad. You could kind of have that cheese with a little of this sauce.
Like a dip, like a little dip.
That should be really good. All right, I'm taking one more bite.
Okay. And then we gotta keep on talking, so we'll save it for later.
Sorry guys, it's so good.
And also really like we can't really show it today, but I use it a lot for cooking, like I said earlier. So when you marinate meat, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of the dishes.
If the thinly sliced marinated beef
or pork, it's really good to marinate, use for marinade.
I could see this also being used a lot of times, not just with water, but if anyone wants to kind of mix it with any sort of fun summery, drinks that they have, that would be great.
Cocktails.
Yeah, and I also feel like this sort of thing here too would be really good just to have with any other teas. It doesn't have to just be hot water. If you have maybe a black tea as well, this could add just a little more depth of flavor to it. So it's totally useful in terms of just having it as is, but also in terms of your baking and cooking.
Like I think, like I've never tried it with baking.
That's something we should try.
I think I should try.
I feel like if we got a nice maybe jam that you could make, because in Korea we have lots of fruit preserves that you use. Sometimes they'll save in different types of preserves they have, the lemons or the grapefruits, they'll save them. And in the same way that we use in the States, you could use this and kind of mix it with your jams as well. And put that on toast or your baked goods.
That sounds good.
There's so many different uses here, you guys.
So many different, like it's not just, well, they call it tea, but it's not just tea.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a concentrate. You could use it as a dessert. You could use it for cooking. You can use it as a medicine. So it has so many different benefits.
And it's so good for your body as well, just being packed full of those probiotics, those antioxidants, having that citric acid in there to kind of help break down that lactic acid too. There's just so many positive benefits to it as well. So it just really kind of emphasizes how great of a product it is and how hard the Cholanamdo brand worked to make, this very healthy product for everyone as well.
We need to make this spread in the U.S.
I was gonna say,
like kimchi went crazy.
Yes, we can do this.
Yeah,
we can make this happen. I feel like you guys will.
We'll be the first ambassador of the green tea plum juice.
Maybe you could make like you could wear this like a green tea plum outfit, and then we could have that.
But I could try it.
That would be kind of a cool selling point here. We'll see Danny out front just with all his plums.
I'm the national ambassador of green plum tea. Number 6.
And the great thing is, if you guys purchase this, you will be getting a lot as well. The size, as we said, is quite large here. So because you don't need to use too much of it, it will actually be very worthwhile in terms of lasting quite a long time. So I feel like you're getting that kind of bang for your buck. You know what you mean? Like it'll last you for as long as possible. So I feel like you guys will really enjoy the product that you're going to get.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying this too much.
I have to say, okay, out of the 3 that we had today, which one was your favorite?
I drink it like this.
Really?
Like it's like, I'm not like, no kidding. I drink this every other day.
Oh my gosh, I need to start.
It just helps with the digestion.
That's why your skin glows.
And I heard that it's good for the skin. And even if I don't use it for cooking, I try to drink it like every other day. And this, I don't know, like if it actually works. But when I'm hungover, I always drink this.
Because it helps with clearing those toxins.
I think so. Yeah. So like I feel good after this.
This makes sense. I could see this. For me personally, as someone who comes from a very cold state and lives in a very cold country, I am loving it served hot. For me personally, the hot tea was my favorite. I just wanted a nice little blanket and a book and my hot green plum tea, and just to sit there and curl up and snuggle. Like that to me, you guys, was the epitome of the perfect winter day. So, but like you said, there's so many different ways
to try.
Yeah, like, we're not the only ones who can do it.
I could even like picture it. I don't know if it would be okay, but I could like mix it with like other syrups, like maple syrup, and use it for pancakes.
Oh my god, on pancakes, that would be so good.
I think it would be good.
Because these days, I know in the States, a lot of people use like strawberry syrup.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like strawberry is kind of, we're over it. That was 2020.
2020.
And 2021 is going to be plum syrup.
Yeah.
So you can mix that with that maple and get just a little more in your pancakes there. Oh, that'd be good. What does Sin say?
taste is comforting.
Oh,
Hi, hey Aubrey.
Oh, hi Aubrey.
Thank you both for so much fun live. I enjoy seeing you both again. Please stay safe and healthy. See you next time.
Thank you so much. We're really glad that you guys liked all this here. And like we said, the Jeollanam-da brand has a lot of great healthy products, and these two being our Green Plum Tea regular and the premium.
So if you guys are interested and want to be trendy like us, you gotta try one.
Definitely check it out for sure. But I had so much fun with you today.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you guys as well for hanging out with us.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back. Remember, Green Plum Tea.
Green
number
Plum
6.
Tea. Green Plum Tea.
Now it's time for you to go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.